Let's go.
I got me some real cocoa. And why did I get some real cocoa? Because I'm eating too many chocolate bars and chocolate cake. So I see this a lot on TikTok, Facebook, people making drinks out of it, baking with it, and I never bought it before or ever tried it. So I'm gonna make myself a hot chocolate mix. So since I bought it, I've been making hot chocolate lately, and I do like it. But what I like the most about it is that this powder is rich in magnesium. 200, I think it's 200, let me see here. 100 milligrams of magnesium. That also caught my attention. So, it's a healthier way around since I love chocolate so much. So what I do is, don't really need a lot. I just put like, well, maybe that's too much. All right. Now I really am a chocolate lover. But I'm just trying to find some healthier ways to do these. To have my treats without feeling guilty. Here is coconut sugar, and I found this at the dollar store. I was pretty impressed to find that. I looked it up. It's better than cane sugar. So I'm gonna add this to the hot chocolate. I've never used this sugar before, so my first time. See that it's quite dark. Now I'm gonna taste it. That has a very, it tastes a little bit like brown sugar. And what you're seeing here are mint leaves. I just washed them, I put them in. I don't like this drink without any mint leaves. It just makes it taste so delicious. That nice minty chocolatey taste. Now I think I need a little bit more cocoa. Even though the cocoa's not, this looks very milky, the chocolate is rich. Too much cocoa is not needed. Just a little bit. And I think that will do it. Might need a little bit more sugar. I'm going to taste that. That's definitely not sweet enough. And I don't think the coconut sugar is sweet at all. So what I'm going to do is get some other kind of sugar. Because I don't mind trying a healthy sugar, but I want that sugar taste. So I'm gonna go for Red Path and just put some real sugar in here. Now I can taste the sugar. All right. All right, now that that is ready, when you all weren't looking, I added more sugar. I have to be honest here. I know this is delicious. I like to have that before I go to bed sometimes. Well, lately I've been having it almost every day. I just like it. I go out to a restaurant, like a not a restaurant, but like a coffee shop. and they serve hot chocolate or coffee, and I always ask for like whipped cream on top. I want the same experience at home. So Sister Kim's at work, and I'm going to take a little scoop of her coconut whip. This stuff is so good. And I'm going to throw that inside my hot chocolate so I can get the experience right here at home. Nice and soft. I'm just going to plop that right in. Oh, that looks good. Okay, 1 scoop is enough. Don't get greedy. It's actually not my whipped cream. It's Sister Kim's. And I didn't ask. What I'll do is I'll send her a message a little later. I'm going to get right to the questions in just a few minutes. I really am enjoying this. Cocoa's good for us. Just because it's chocolate powder, don't let it fool you. It is good for us. It is loaded with magnesium. You don't have to put as much sugar in it as I do. You can just, bake with it. But it's better than using like chocolate chips. The bakery section at the supermarket where they sell those like chocolate chips, and they sell blocks of chocolate, and then they sell cocoa powder, but it's not like organic, made well quality. That one has more impurities in it. So, and it's not that expensive. That's what got me to the price. It wasn't that expensive. So I said, you know what? I can make a little change here. I don't have to have a chocolate bar all the time. If I want, I can have hot chocolate. A healthier hot chocolate than eating a chocolate bar that's filled with thousands of calories and other things in it that I just don't need. And I'm quite impressed with it. So this is just a little nightcap thing that I'm doing. I had a long day today. Went to work, had some errands to run, and I'm getting ready to turn in soon. I took a nice hot shower, washed my hair, tied it up a little bit, and I'm going to just maybe massage my head and go to sleep. But before I do all that, I wanted to play a little bit of a game where I just ask some questions, and you choose which ones you want to answer. There's never a right or wrong answer. This is just a way for us to connect and engage. So I'll ask you to leave a comment. You choose any question you want to answer. And I think this is really fun. So I just came up with the idea the other day. I used to play a lot of games growing up. My parents, I had my stepmother and my father. They liked family gatherings, coming together. We played board games, we played other games, but we did play a lot of games, and that might be why that's in my personality. I noticed that I like to draw up games or try a game, and I like playing board games especially. So I had one question. I got some of the questions on Google. And Sister Kim also engaged in this, and I'll put her answers up in just a minute. So the first question is going to be, what place would you like to travel to before leaving the Earth? I'll answer it. I'll go ahead. So for me, I really had to think about that because there are so many places that I could travel to if I was able to. And I thought, okay, if you had $1 million, where would you really want to go? And I was thinking beach, okay, you got the water, all right, a cruise, okay, a ship. And none of those things made my heart flutter or anything. I just felt like, not a big deal. It might have been when I was younger, but I thought now that's really not a big deal to me anymore. But I did think about a place right here in Canada that I am interested in seeing before I leave the Earth. It's not expensive to get there. It is within my reach. I just never made it a point to go there. And I am Canadian born, so the place is a little close to home, and it is Nova Scotia. I want to see Nova Scotia before I leave this earth. I may have a reason to actually go there and visit. Somebody I know is moving there shortly, and maybe I could take an arrangement to go visit. But Nova Scotia, the reason why I'm picking Nova Scotia is because it reminds me, it's going to, when I know that when I get there, I'm going to be reminded of growing up. I'm going to be more in touch with family members, that the lifestyle of family members. We are a family. I come from a family where we can be a little bit country. We have some city, but we're very country folks. And I haven't seen that in a long time. I've been in the city all my life. I don't really see that anymore. I did when I was a little girl growing up. I lived in the country part of New Brunswick, which is not far from Nova Scotia. So they're all like in the same neck of the woods. And growing up there, we had to walk on dirt roads. We had to pick our own fruit off the trees. We washed our face in a lake. We didn't have real bathrooms. We didn't have a real house. We lived in a cabin, so it was very, very country. This was called Gagetown, and I think I YouTubed that a couple of years ago, and I was so curious to see what this place looks like now. And they got lights, they have a road, so it's not as country as it used to be. But I want to see Nova Scotia. I think that Nova Scotia is going to give me more of an idea of the family members I never met. Just to see the lifestyle, to get that. I just want to see it. This is something I've been thinking about. All right, Sister Kim is up. She's going to answer the question as well.
What place would I love to travel before I leave this earth? One of the places I would love to travel to recently being, I have seen some photographs of Italy. I seen some videos of Italy, and I just thought it was such a beautiful country. The housing, the beautiful old houses, and just everything, the flowers, the trees, the sun, everything, just the colors of Italy. So this is one of the places I would love to. There's many other places I would love to go see, but if I have to choose one, I would say Italy.
Italy, that sounds very nice. That is a nice place to try to go visit. Very nice. Thank you, Sister Kim. All right, the next question is, if you could only eat one food, just one, for breakfast for 1 year, what would it be? One food for breakfast for 1 year, what would it be? Oh, for me, that's really, really tough. Okay, but if I had to make the choice for 1 year and have one breakfast, I'm going to say I would have, I did think about this before I pressed record, because I was like, it's going to have to be something good. It's going to have to be something that gives me energy. So what is it? And it's going to have to be something I'm not going to, be bothered by drinking for 1 year. Well, I think I would be bothered by it no matter what. But I think I would drink a smoothie. I would probably try to get a powder that had the most nutrients in it, and just have that smoothie, that one smoothie for breakfast. Now, I don't know if this is cheating, because in the smoothie, I've got to add the powder and the liquid. So I don't know if that makes two things, but it would just be a smoothie. I'd have a smoothie. And for 1 year. And just try to get something that had lots of vitamins in that powder.
Only eat one meal for breakfast for 1 year? That would probably be between two things: pancakes or scrambled eggs. Now, the pancakes are not that great for you, but I love pancakes with some nice maple syrup and butter. Perfect. I don't eat them that often. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think I'll be having some pancakes soon. Some of my homemade buckwheat pancakes. Or scrambled eggs. I love scrambled eggs with cheese. So because scrambled eggs are healthier, I think I will take the scrambled eggs. Yeah, for a whole year, I think I can deal with scrambled eggs. I wonder if I can put the cheese on it too.
Okay, next question. If you if you were able, okay, if you're able to invent any gadget, what would it do? So you're able to invent something. It's a gadget. What would this gadget do? I find that one a tough one. But I did think about it, and I have to say, now that I am becoming older, and I noticed when I washed my hair today, I could use a scalp massage. But I'm thinking a cap for ladies, like a ladies' cap. And inside this cap, there would be like some, you know, fingers or something to massage the scalp. So I'm thinking something like that. And it could be good for teenagers, adolescents, because the gadget's going to produce circulation. So I'm thinking something like that. Family and friends, keep in mind that answer any question that you want to, and what you don't want to answer, you don't have to. There's no right or wrong answers. We're all having fun here. I can't wait to see some of your answers and read those comments. I'm going to go on to the last question. I'm starting to get tired. I'm going to go on to the last question, and that is, oh, I have to mark that down one moment. All right, Sister Kim can answer this question, and I'll answer after her. What is the most memorable lesson you learned from your parents or parent? The most memorable lesson that you learned from your parent or parents?
If What was the most memorable lesson that I've learned from my parent? Wow. When I hear that question, what comes to me is my grandmother. This is what comes to mind. Because my grandmother gave me this advice, lesson, that never to be too or become too close to anyone, whether it's a family member, or a potential husband or a friend or whomever. Never become too close to them because they could be very nice, the nicest person on earth, but they can die. So it's like, don't get too attached to anybody because anything can happen to them. So don't get yourself too attached to anyone where you feel like you want to depend on them, or that you feel like you can't live without them. So that was a beautiful lesson. I think my grandmother might have seen me getting close to a family member or a friend or something like that, and she just noticed it right away and said, "No, no, don't get too close." And I was in my early 20s, and I never forgot that. And I just reconditioned myself to know, just take it a step at a time and don't get too close. Love them, care for them, but don't get too close where you feel like you can't be without them, or you can't live life without them. So that was wonderful advice, and I took that all the way now to my life now, and it's amazing. So that was a great lesson from my grandmother.
Now, for me, let's see, the most memorable lesson. There is an incident growing up that really does stick out very strong for me. It's memorable because I got into a lot of trouble that day. I was, this is not a uncommon thing, especially back in those times. Most parents didn't allow their children to be rude to adults, and I was rude to this particular woman who lived on our block, and she was overweight. In fact, she was obese, and I was making fun of her. And she went back and told my dad, and he was livid, very livid. I got in so much trouble that day that I just never forgot it. And he let me know very clearly, never be rude to any adult, any grown up. And I was hanging out with my cousins and hanging out with some friends. And I have to say, we were a bit of a wild bunch growing up. So, not surprising that I was very rude to that lady. And then years and years later, when I thought about that, I thought, wow, how mean I was. But my dad definitely was quick to correct me. So it was very memorable because it stung. And it definitely was a good lesson. I can't say I wasn't rude after that, but I wasn't rude to anybody that he knew, and I definitely never did it around him. So, how much of a lesson did I learn? Not so sure, but I just knew not to do that around my dad. And that is the last question, which comes to the end of this video. Thank you for staying with me if you stayed and you had an interest in answering one of the questions. Awesome. I can't wait to read the comments. And it's interesting to get to know people as we go along in these videos. Sister Kim had some nice answers. It was very interesting to learn that she wants to go to Italy or would like to go to Italy someday. Italy's beautiful, beautiful city. And we all have, different answers, a different walk in life. So sharing what am I trying to say here? Sharing some of our past and sharing some of our interests really does make a connection stronger, especially to faithful viewers like you. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Well, I don't know if I will see you in the next video, but you'll see another video. It'll probably be Sister Kim. I don't know what video I'm going to work on, but I'll be around. Bye for now, friends and family.